Hey everyone, Dave, Dr. Shockbecker here. And this is part one of a two-part series that I'm going to do. I'm going to be looking at some of my limited edition box sets, the special editions. The ones that have kind of cool content aside from just the movie. Some of these, most of these I've owned for over 10 years. Some of them, there's one that's brand new. I think that'll be in the second video though. These ones that I'm showing today I've owned for well over 10 years, or about 10 years, maybe some a little bit longer. And we're just going to take a look at some of the special content that are in these box sets. And well, without any further ado, I think the real challenge for this is going to be trying to do all this with one hand. These are pretty big. Getting them open, getting the stuff out of them, because I have to hold the camera with the other hand, that's going to be a little tricky. But let's give it a try. Let's see what happens here. And let's get started. All right. First up, a Hollywood classic, The Wizard of Oz. It is limited edition number, what do we got here? Why won't it focus? There we go. 11,317 of 243,000. Wow, not very limited, is it? They made 243,000 of these. It's the 70th anniversary, so it came out around 2009, this set. I think that's about when I bought it. Let's see what's inside. That's kind of cool. We have a book here. All right, very cool. Gets into the cast. Sure, a lot of the behind the scenes. Oh, pages from the script, I'm assuming. Yeah, it looks like pages from the script. Nice. All right, well, that's kind of cool. This is... Oh, this is the budget. Budget sheet. What was the estimate? It looks like the estimate was 1.7 million. And the total came to 2.7 million. I think that I'd say that went over budget. There's some of the items they have here. Meals and lodging, location expense, negative raw stock. Very cool. That's 150. General overhead. Wow, they allowed for a lot of that. All right. What is this? The complete campaign book for The Wizard of Oz. Very cool. Celebration of the 70th anniversary of The Wizard of Oz. Warner Brothers, blah, blah, blah. 1930s and 1940s, Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer issued full-scale promotional materials that were consistent with both the studio's reputation as the Tiffany of the film industry and the golden age of Hollywood itself. This is a copy. Look, exploitation. I guess it's a guide to how to market it, and they just call it exploitation. Just call it what it is. We're exploiting the audience. You are presenting the greatest marvels, splendors, and wonders on the screen since the extraordinary Snow White. Wizard of Oz is played by a cast of living actors. It is not a cartoon picture. The picture is a dazzling modern musical in all Technicolor. It costs $3 million to produce and was 1 year in production. Did that budget say $3 million? Well, I guess they're rounding up. 941 cities saw the play, which toured American cities for another 4 years. Okay, well, enough of that. Well, no, hold on. Let's look through a little bit of it here. What do they got? What is this? Popularize the characters with a coloring caricature contest. The widely known title will make highly effective coloring. I can't read it all. Or the widely known title will make a highly effective coloring contest. To color it in, I guess, for kids. Look at this. Here's how you exploit our movie. Very cool, though. That's kind of neat. Ooh, what do we got here? Oh, boy. Oh, a watch. Nice. Very cool. I guess it needs a battery, or it probably just needs to be wound up. Very cool. Oh, yeah. This is going to be fun. This is the movie itself. All right. Oh, there we go. Oh, look at that. Yeah, you see me holding the reflected in there. Disc 1. Disc 2. Disc 3. MGM When the Lion Roars. I have that already. Now I have another one. All right, well, let me just put these two things. Oh, shoot. Never mind. You know what? I'll put that in here. I'm just going to put everything else to the side and move on. I'll worry about putting everything back together later. Next up, we have another Hollywood classic from 1939, Gone with the Wind. This is the 70th anniversary. So again, 2009, winner of 10 Academy Awards, including Best Picture. Limited edition, 44,499 of 150,000. Oh, that's interesting. All right. Let's see what we got here. It's got some, like, it's a felt box. That's kind of cool. Oh, all right. It's a book. Vivian Lee. She the first? Oh, Vivian Lee mentioned first. Then I guess they get into Clark Gable. Nice. All right, very cool. Moving right along. What we got here? Mr. O'Shea, date January 4th, 1937. One of the strongest possibilities for the lead in Gone with the Wind is Errol Flynn. That's interesting. Is this just... Oh, it's several of these notes, I'm guessing. Western Union, Mr. John Hay Whitney. You have Mr. Great Thrill. Gone with the Wind has been started. Shot key fire scenes at 8:30 tonight, and judging by how they looked to the eye, they are going to be sensational. David O. Selznick. I guess, yeah, I know he was big into writing a lot of. Confidentially, I think it extremely unlikely that we will find any Ashley that will be as satisfactory to me, or that any of the Ashleys that we are testing will prove on film to be as right as Leslie Howard. All right. And there's more of these. There's probably a whole bunch of these. I know David O. Selznick, have a book on him. He did like to write a lot of notes. November 1st, 1937. Another movie that was Inter-Office Communications, Selznick International Pictures. Nice. Oh, that's kind of neat to have. Gone with the Wind. Is this their exploitation book? I guess it is. They don't call it that, but I'm sure this is what they sent out to everybody. And then we have the CD soundtrack sampler. Oh, nice. All right, that's kind of cool. And then we get into the movie itself. Oh boy. Yeah, I knew this was going to be... Oh, hold on. What else is there? There's something else on there. Well, sorry about that. If I knew how to edit, I don't yet. I would edit that out. Let's take a look at this. The Art of Going with the Wind. Oh, very cool. Oh, wow, these are awesome. And, wait a second. What the hell did I do with the actual... Oh, here's the movie. All right, I took that out to get to the Art of Going with the Wind. We have Going with the Wind. Oh, how much you want to bet? Is that MGM When the Lion Roars Again? I bet you it is. All right, so now I have another copy of MGM When the Lion Roars. But that is Going with the Wind. Again, I'm not going to take the time to put everything away here. I'm just going to put it to the side. Just bear with me for 1 second. Oh, God, is this a mess? I did not think this out as well as I should have. All right, next up. Ooh, one of my favorite movies of the 1950s, Ben-Hur. I love this film. Limited, it is a limited edition. $19,909 of 125,000. Oh boy. All right, this slides. Fair enough. All right. 50th anniversary. So again, 2009. I guess that's when all of these were coming out. I'm just going to dump it like this. This one's... And we'll just sort of work our way backwards with this one. Oh my, I kept my Amazon invoice for it for posterity. I'm sure that'll end up in a museum someday. Yeah. Ben-Hur. All right, this is the movie. 3 discs. What do we got here? First 2 parts, 1959. And then special features, 50th anniversary. Very cool. All right. And see, Ben-Hur is one of those movies. My father had bought this on video back in the mid to later 80s. And it was in full screen, you know, as they pan and scan, as they did for videos, except for the chariot race sequence. That, when that started up, the screen, it went to widescreen, where you got the bars at the top and bottom of the screen. And it was awesome, because you got to see the chariot race exactly as the director intended. And that's awesome. I loved that. But my father ended up lending it to his father, my grandfather. And he told him, he explained to him about that. He said at one point when the chariot race scene happens, you're going to see it, the screen sort of shrink a little bit. My grandfather's like, oh, okay, yeah. Well, sure enough, as he's watching the movie, my father gets a call. My grandfather on the other end frantically saying, your tape ruined my television because of that scene. And my father's like, well, I did explain it to you, what was going to happen. But I love that. I love that about that. I've never seen the chariot race in pan and scan, and I bet it would be just awful if they were to even attempt that. On the set of Ben-Hur, that's the booklet here. Ah. Ooh, nice. You get a lot of these like behind-the-scene documents. Was that a diary? Oh, it's just a diary. Wait a second, what is this? Is this Charlton Heston's diary? I know he kept a diary on a lot of his films. I think it is. I think this is Charlton Heston's diary during the production of Ben-Hur. Nice. All right. And then, of course, we've got the standard booklet. Stephen Boyd is Masala. Obviously, Charlton Heston is Judah Ben-Hur. Yeah, just one of my favorite movies of the 1950s. My all-time favorite epic film. Yeah, I love this. This was one set I definitely had to have. Once again, this, like I said, it's just a mess. I'm going to have to clean it up eventually. But we have one more to look at here. And this one's another beloved classic. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Limited edition. This is 28,657 of 100,000. They just keep shrinking. 40 years. So this might have been a little after. I think I got this one a little after the others. Oh boy. How the hell do you open it? Oh, I think it slides out. Okay. Look at that. Right at the top. Copy of the Golden Ticket. Nice. Pure Imagination. The Making of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Oh, I haven't even opened this. It's still in the plastic. You know what? I'm not going to open it right now. It's kind of a big book, though. That's awesome. Okay. I don't know what that was. Here is the management. Cannot be held responsible. I thought, oh, this might be a copy of the... No, it's not. What is this? Evening Bulletin, Mr. Willy Wonka. Oh. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory casting. Willy Wonka. Oh, some of the people that we're thinking of. Jimmy Cagney, Danny Kaye, Ron Moody, Peter Sellers, Ray Bolger. There's Gene Wilder, who got it eventually. Richard Attenborough, Cyril Richard, Gene Kelly, Spike Milligan, Harry Seacombe, Michael Bentine, Donald Pleasance, and Maurice Chevalier were considered for the role of Willy Wonka. Miss Pia Arnold, dear Pia, it was in our discussions about the Oompa Loompas, we have been toying with the idea that maybe their faces would be a different color. We have thought about orange and light green, etc. Nice. Okay, David R. Wolper wrote that. Dear Gene, we are delighted that you are Willy Wonka. Enclosed is the revised script, which I hope you will enjoy. The costume sketches will be ready early next week, and I will put them in the mail as soon as they come in. All the best from all of us. Dan Girls. Dear Mel, I've just received the costume sketches. I'll tell you everything I think without censoring, and you take from my opinion what you like. Who wrote this? Gene Wilder. Nice. This is his hand, I guess, his response to getting that information. Peter Outram. Oh, Peter Ostrom. Peter Ostrom, who played Charlie. That's the thank you to him. Nice. All right, very cool. Moving right along. That's the movie. What do we have here? What do we have in this container? What? Pencils, looks like. Willy Wonka pencils. And Wonka bar. This is actual chocolate? Well, seeing as this is probably about 8 or 9 years old, it's probably closer to poison now than it is actual chocolate. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. And then, of course, we have the movie itself. Uh-oh. Oh, I never even... Well, you could tell I've never watched this version. That I will open. The movie. on DVD, the movie, and I'm guessing this is the special features. It has to be. Yes, the special features. All right, 20 minutes, and I bet at least 12 of them was me trying to unpack all this stuff. Anyway, this is round one. I have another one of these that'll be released sometime in about a week or so. I'll be taking a look at smaller special editions. They still have some cool stuff inside of them, as I recall. Some of them I haven't opened in a while. But hopefully they'll be a little easier to handle than these were. Sorry for dropping the camera at that one point. I was not about to start over at that point, so my apologies for that. Dropping my phone, let's be honest, it's not a camera. Please subscribe to my channel and like this video if you in fact like it and you don't mind all of the unpacking. And I will talk to you again soon. Dave, Dr. Shock Becker. Also, you could check me out on two podcasts, the Horror Movie Podcast, which is at horrormoviepodcast.com, and Land of the Creeps, which is at landofthecreeps.blogspot.com, both horror-themed. Didn't get into any horror movies here today, but I do have one for the next video. All right, take care. See you soon.